DeSean Jackson with us here inside the locker room. Doc B-Mitch, Scott Jackson, and congratulations on signing with the Redskins. What brought you here?
Well, honestly, man, I felt, this was a place for me. Going throughout the process, for me, was a humbling experience to be, my 7th year in the NFL and, be at my peak. And I feel, everything happens for a reason in life. And, we go through this business, this game of football, and, certain things happen. And, I just felt the embrace level that, DeAngelo Hall, RG3, Bruce Allen, Mr. Snyder, all these guys, Jay Gruden, they made me feel like this was home. And, this was my first trip, and it was good I didn't have to go nowhere else because, everything made out to be right. And I'm just happy and excited to, go out and, meet new fans and meet new people and start a new career.
You talk a lot about, you said, humbling yourself and things like that.
Sure.
And we were talking earlier. You go through this kind of process, and you know what other people did. Do you feel that you're going to learn from it and change to move forward, make yourself better?
I think, with everything in your life, it's almost like a pedestal, and you could just learn from everything. You look back at everything, anybody done in life, different individuals, and I think we all can learn on everything in life. No one man is perfect, and, I feel for myself, it's things that I've done where, me being immature and me being young, and, now looking back at me being a mature, 27-year-old and feel like I'm a veteran in this league, it's like night and day almost. And, I know how to play the game. I know what to do. I know how to go to work. I know how to do my job. So, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And, I'm very competitive. I love to play this game at a, high energy level. And, just doing everything I can to help my team win at the end of the day is really all that matters. And at the end of the day, certain times, people say things and, all you can do is go out there and control what you can control and what you can handle. And being a professional, that's what I'm willing to do.
DeSean, being from the West Coast and having an opportunity to go back west, there was word Oakland and the 49ers had an extreme interest. Yeah. What kept you on the east side?
Well, honestly, that's a good question because I did have some diligence due and some deals that was out there was presented to myself. But, honestly, it wasn't all about the money. It wasn't all about sitting back and saying, all right, well, let's pick and choose. Let's go back home. Let's do this. It was just one of them situations where I felt comfortable in being here and, coming to meet coaches, meeting Ike, meeting Sean, meeting Jay. Everybody made me feel like, this was a spot to be. It was just one of them good feelings. It almost took me back to when I was in high school and I had to, visit colleges and figure out, what colleges I was going to pick. It was like, when I came here, it was just, I felt they embraced me. And, not only that, before I even got here, DeAngelo Hall, RG3, man, them guys, RG3 came to my house out in Cali, man, before I even made this trip. Like, wow. It's like, man, come on, bro, I need you to come make this happen for me. And honestly, man, I can sit here and say him and D. Hall did a great job.
They went full court press on you.
I might think they the owners in the GM. The way they got love out here, man, was awesome, man. So, it just shows what type of, tradition they have here. And, Bruce did a great job of just hearing them out and listening to them. And, it makes me feel at home, man. So it was a no-brainer for myself.
So it wasn't Wale. We thought we were giving him
yeah, we gave Wale props.
Man, I'm going to put it like this. Wale is a good friend of mine as well, too, man. He's a good rapper. He does his thing out here at D.C. He puts on for the city. But, it was a little influenced by Wale. Another influence was my boy Durant, Kevin Durant. Been calling.
He loves the burgundy and gold.
He been calling and saying, man, I go crazy for you to be in D.C. So, what better place is it to me to be, man? I'm happy to be here. I'm glad, man. Honestly, I can say that.
We've seen the things that you've done in Philadelphia. Big plays, punt returns. You need a play, put you back there. Oh, yeah. But have you thought about your role here, the things you want to do?
Yeah, that's something, I've definitely thought about. Not only myself, they have extra guys out here that's already been doing things here. Pierre Garçon had a great year last year. The tight end Reed had a great year. Morris had a great year. So I could just really see myself fitting in perfect here. And, RG3 is at his point now where I think he's healthy. And, last year was a tough year for him. So we just want to get him back at that point where we can make it easy on him. Anytime you got it easy as being a quarterback in this NFL, this league, it's easy. You ain't got to be stressing out. You ain't got to be trying to make all these crazy plays, man. Just get the ball in the playmaker's hand and let us work for you. So we're going to try to make it easy for him, man. That's the plan.
Receivers want the football on every level. You can say what you want to say. It ain't about the money, but it's about the football. What did Jay Gruden do that sold you on the fact that in his first year as a new head coach, and you went in on faith but it had to be something that the X and O's got your eyes twinkled.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's what he's done in the past. You know, his track record. You go back and look at his track record the past 3 years, what he was able to do in Cincinnati with Andy Dalton and A.J. Green. You know, that speaks for itself right there. A.J. Green is, you know, one of the top receivers in this league, too. And, you know, I consider to be myself one as well, put in that category. So, you know, I was able to sit and watch that firsthand. And sitting here, meeting with him at dinner, we went to Morton's, we got a little steak. You know, I made sure that bill was kind of high for them. But
did you push it up a little bit?
I got the extra steak, you know. I was like, he's sitting there watching me. He's like, man, you can eat a little bit. I'm like, yeah, but I ain't going to gain no weight, Coach. We popped off that first night, man. We popped off. We had a great conversation. We sat there and, you know, we just vibed out. And I think he got a good feeling for what type of guy I am. And vice versa, I was able to do the same with him.
What type, when you see that, I like Jay, I see the fire in him.
Yeah.
I think whenever I see people that have a little of that fire, it makes me think, you know what, they're going to fight as much as the players. They want the players to fight. Yeah. When you talk to him, what type of guy you see? How you see his personality?
Well, I see a very loyalty guy. You know, he's straightforward. He keeps it real. He's, you know, he's very energized at the same time. So, you know, I think we'll get along good. You know, he seems like a player-coach guy. I know it's his first year being a head coach, but and I'm very interested to see how this year is going to go. You know, last year being in Philadelphia, seeing the success Chip Kelly had, and you know, coming in this year with a new coach, I think it's possible that Jay Gruden can have some, you know, very successful years here, and you know, hopefully it's not a one-year thing. Hopefully we can have years and years to come. But you know, man, we all want to win. At the end of the day, we play this game, but you know, we all want to win. We definitely want to catch that ball. We want to get that ball. We got a point that we want to get that ball. But as long as we win,
oh yeah.
As long as we win, I think, you know.
If you didn't want it, then they wouldn't want you.
Right.
I feel any receiver that begs for the ball, you perform when you get out there and get it.
Yeah, no, you do. And this league is so interesting, and this division.
Yeah.
What Mr. Mitchell did, being from here, going to Philly and New York, and he was eloquent in how he stated it. I wanted to make sure I proved that they made a mistake.
For sure.
And so having Philly twice and knowing you're going back to the link has got to be exciting.
It's very exciting. You know, one thing I can't say is you know, anytime we go on that field, whoever we play is going to be exciting, but that game is going to be a little bit more special. I can remember my early years in Philly when we had a coach by the name of David Culley. He was real familiar with David Culley.
Mr. Mitchell, you know Mr. Mitchell.
David Culley used to brag about him all the time. He's like, man, y'all kind of similar on the punt returns, man. He said, I need you to talk to him. So, you know, it's a great situation for me to be close to him and, you know, just to be able to pick his mind. And, you know, everyone around here, man, I'm just, you know, like a sponge. I want to suck up everything and, you know, just to help me be a professional and, you know, continue my career, and hopefully I can stay in this league a long time.
Speed guys, I always look at speed guys and go, top in speed. And what do you do to maintain that gift that you have?
Well, honestly, you know, I look at myself like a track guy, and you know, the reason why I say that is because my workouts are all speed and quickness. I run on the track, and you know, I grew up running track and playing, you know, baseball, doing them type of things like that. So, you know, for me, I'm a football guy, but I got a track instinct in me, and it's like, you know, it's the opposite a little bit, because you know, you have some track dudes that are very fast, but they can't transition to play football. They don't know how to stop on the go. They don't know how to, you know, look at the ball coming down. It's just all that in one. But so, you know, myself, I feel I'm a complete, you know, all around wide receiver, an athlete. Honestly, like I say, I told Jay, you can put me a quarterback if you need me to.
There's a challenge right there.
I can play a little DB, you know.
Be the quarterback. That way you get that single digit.
I get that
single digit number. Yeah, absolutely.
What number are we thinking right now? Everybody wants to know that.
We're gonna wear number 4 right now.
Number 4 for now.
We're gonna do that until the regular season comes. But I don't know, man. You know, we'll figure out something. So, you know, I used to play for the Redskins when I was younger. I actually played a played a Pop Warner team. I showed Bruce Allen my picture. I was on the Inglewood Redskins, and I wore number 4. So I'm gonna bring that back until, you know, probably the NFL tell me I can't wear it no more. So we'll figure something out, man.
Inglewood, baby, the Sun Garden Apartments, baby. I stayed there at UCLA. That's the spot, baby.
Yes,
the big
sir.
donut shop.
You
How
know,
far? Yeah, absolutely.
Right down the street from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
DeSean Jackson's with us here inside the locker room, signing with the Redskins today. All right, you leave Philadelphia. It was weird because they're talking about trading you. Then everything was okay, we thought. Then they release you. What happened there? Do you feel like, I mean, I know you said you're excited to play him again.
Yeah.
Is there any, you know, little extra feelings after the way it went down?
Well, at the end of the day, I understand. I realize this is a business, and that's the business part of the NFL. Unfortunately, it had to happen the way it happened, and everything that's been coming out and been said. So, the biggest thing I can say about it is, man, I'm just ready to move forward. I don't feel like I need to sit here and harp on certain things. I think the people that really know me and the teammates that respect me and know what I'm about can tell you what type of player I am and things like that. And as you can see how I'm already being embraced here by RG and DeAngelo Hall and them type of guys like that. This real respect in this league. I think it won't be no problem. And like I told Jay Gruden, man, I just want to come here and, anything I can help this team do to win games. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters. So definitely I'll be very excited and stoked to play the Eagles. Who wouldn't be,
Right.
after everything that went down and happened
Sure.
the way it did. So I'm just ready for it to change, man.
The reverse Brian Mitchell. DeSean Jackson, we're hoping.
Well, and Chris Carter, you see Chris's tweet
did
today,
see
man.
Chris,
That was love, man.
Yeah, Chris is like a big brother to myself as well too.
Yeah.
I respect all the people that stood up for me and really didn't hurt me and bringing me down, which is it's a challenging situation to be in. I mean, easily it can make or break somebody, but I feel I'm very tough and I'm at that point in my career where it's not gonna do nothing but bring out the better in me.
All right.
Well, Pac-12, man, we good to have you in the
You
house.
already
Man, I'm
know,
so
man.
sick of
Thank
hearing
you.
about these Louisiana athletes. You know what I mean?
I'm here with you.
I'm so sick of hearing that, man. So
I'm here
a
with
little
you.
West
Hey,
Side,
we
man.
beat
Good.
Tennessee when I was younger. We beat Tennessee in college.
That's
Absolutely.
not the
Well,
South.
we beat an
Hey,
SEC
that's
team.
not the
Hey,
South.
man.
That's not the South.
But it's an SEC team.
It is
It's
SEC,
it's an
absolutely.
SEC team.
Absolutely. We take advantage of that.
Oh, man.
Tony going to get us all a little locker room
Okay.
shot in here.
All right.
All right.
Well, DeSean, we appreciate it, man.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me.
coming on. DeSean Jackson with us here inside the locker room. Doc, me, Mitch, Scott Jackson. Coming up,
Send me that,
Brian
man.
Westbrook.
Where
Gonna
Brian
join
at,
us.
man? I need to get on. I heard he said something about me. Where Brian at?
He's coming on.
He's coming on to
with
talk
us.
to you, man.
Yeah.
All right, DeSean, thank you.